Cookshack moseyed along making electric smokers for a number of years. In 1991, they hired me as general manager. And one of the first things I started looking at was the fact that so much of the barbecue industry starts right here in the cook-off world.
So this is my 23rd year cooking this contest as Fast Eddies. But in '86 when I started, we were cooking under a team called Dudes Barbecue.
I started working on, okay, what should be the smoker that we should do to make, you know, the competition world go. And I actually partnered up with another company. Didn't work out very well. Didn't like the piece of equipment. It didn't work very well in the cook-off world. And that was in about, so that relationship kind of ended about 2000. And about that same time, I had a good friend that was in the cook-off world that was also a good friend of Fast Eddy's. And he sat down one night with me and said, you know, Eddie's cookers are getting big enough, he's having a hard time keeping up with them, and I know you're looking at something, you know, to be out in the cook-off world. And so I met with Eddie shortly thereafter, and we now manufacture that product, and Eddie's just our spokesman now. He's a fast-moving spokesman. That's why we call him Fast Eddy.
I seen the wood pellet grill in 1990. I was introduced to it by a friend of mine, and now a friend of mine today, named Bob Robinson. And I understood what the pellet thing meant. What it meant was consistency in fuel. When you go take a barbecue class from somebody, it's huge on using the exact same amount of charcoal, same amount of wood. Check your temperature. You're trying to duplicate your same process again so you can get the same outcome to be the exact all the time. Well, the pellet grill did that, is what it did. The pellet grill solved all those problems. It took that out of the equation. So then it came down to the differences in the cuts of meat, different grades of meat, trying to get the same thing. Beef is the hardest thing for us to do because chicken's pad grown, pork's pad grown, beef's a wandering animal. And they feed them out in feedlots, so it's totally different. That's the one wild card category, and when you talk to most barbecue teams, they're going to say that's the toughest one to do is going to be the beef brisket.
As we got into doing pellet-fired smokers, decided that I should be cooking, and so my daughter and I, who she's over there working on chicken for our next tour, she's my cooking partner. Jessica, say hi. She's my cooking partner, and we do about 10 to 12 cook-offs a year. And we compete under the name Cookshack, and you know, we've been doing it now for, this is about the 10th year we've been at the Royal. And this year we've finished first in ribs at 2 of our cook-offs, and been in the top 5 in ribs at every cook-off we've gone to this year. And we're typically a top 10 team at whatever cook-off we go to, except for this one. And you know, this cook-off, if you're in the top 100, we're really happy.
In 1994, I built my own version off the Traeger grill for competition. I seen how these commercial pits were designed and worked, and the grill just didn't do what I needed done. So I did it for myself for my own purpose. I designed my own cooker using their base. Well, from 94 to 98, I became very, very successful in this industry. Matter of fact, there for quite a while, from about 96 up through about 2000 even, about 50% of the time I showed up at a contest, I won the brisket category, the mystery meat of barbecue.
So we have developed a line of pellet-fired smokers using his technology that he started with, and his first smoker was an FEC100, which is what I have sitting right over there in our cooking space right there. And that was his original product, and he'd also made one rotisserie model.
So 2002, late November 2002 is when Cookshack started manufacturing the Fast Eddy product line, and I already had the rotisserie design and things, so this is kind of where it's gone from today. They were looking for another product, like Stuart said, to add to their product line.
We now make 2 stationary rack pellet-fired cookers, and we make 3 rotating rack style pellet cookers. And then we've also gotten into the grill side of it, so we make a couple of pellet grills now.
Well, this is my latest creation I'm leaning on. This is the backyard grill. like I said, I was affiliated with Traeger. Traeger had the patent on the backyard grill that started in about '85 and ran up through 2008. Well, now if you'll see, there's getting to be a whole lot of companies in the pellet grill business. Well, I started messing with it in 2006, but I wanted to solve the problems and issues with the pellet grill. They all cook like an oven. None of them cook like a grill. So I have a charbroiler design where you can cook directly over the fire on a cast iron grate in my grill, but then I trap the heat like our smoker ovens on the indirect side. And I actually cook top down on the indirect side. The airflow is your heat's over here for the charbroiler, which you'll see he's cooking the steaks on for you that we're going to be tasting here shortly. Don't get too no worries. And it traps the heat and then it goes top down, and you'll notice the flue's real low. Well, what that does is it tunes the unit from right to left. Trapping the heat in it tunes it. And that's what we do in our smoker, our commercial smoker ovens too. If you notice the FEC100, which you'll see plenty of them around here, like this unit back here, the vent pipe's low. So we trap that heat in it, okay? Well, one of the things we've done too is I've also incorporated a warming drawer underneath the drip pan on the indirect side. And you can set the minimum setting on this controller where you can actually put a pan of ice across the rails of that warming drawer, and you can cold smoke in this unit too. So you have a unit that you can charbroil with over real wood fire. You have an indirect cooker and smoker, and you also have a cold smoker in the same unit.
Good morning. This is the morning after at the American Royal 2011. My partner, Scott, my son, Nicholas, we're all sizes barbecue. You can probably tell that. We cooked last night for about 250 people, about 400 pounds of meat on 2 Cookshack Fast Eddy 100s.
My name is Hayward Harris Jr. I'm out of Southern California, known as the Rib Doctor in barbecue circles. And I'm here at the American Royal here in Kansas City to show you one of the sweetest cooking barbecue pits around. This is an FE Fast Eddy 300. It's a rotisserie pit that has all the goodies on the inside that you will ever need to cook the best barbecue on the face of the earth. The unusual thing about this pit is that it also can cook hogs. It has a hog clips inside that I can put an adapter in there, and I can cook up to a 100-pound hog in this cooker, and as well as be able to cook all the ribs, chicken, wonderful brisket, and pork shoulder that you can never put your mouth on.
We cook on a FEC100. We're proud of it. We've had it about 3 years now, and after a year of really learning it, we dialed it right in, and we're consistently taking different categories to the top 10. We're just thrilled with it.
This is Dan Simons with Pickies Going Postal here at the 2011 American Royal. Having a great time cooking on the Fast Eddy. Loving it. Dials it in. Works perfect all night. Makes a party.